Hello and welcome back to Hi-Fi Lo-Fi. In this episode we shall be looking at cassette tapes. Right, so we'll start with this 10 pack of Maxell UR60s, and I went into a major electrical store, it's actually called Yodobashi Camera, and there are several major chain companies in Japan, and cassette tapes in Japan never really went away. The Japanese are quite conservative, quite traditional in many ways, and a lot of people still use cassette machines. Cassette decks are not popular, indeed very difficult to find a cassette deck for sale. But cassette tapes are reasonably easy to find, especially normal position, type 1 normal position tapes of varying length. But anyway, these UR, so here they are. It's well, here's one of them anyway. Here's a UR60, quite light, and little card there with funky stickers, and just a regular plastic case. Nothing particularly special about that. Regular inlay card. This one doesn't fold out, but it's got you can write on both sides of this one. And it looks like this sort of grey area here, but it's plastic, so you can't write on that, unless of course you want to write on it perhaps with some kind of marker, like a bit like you'd write on a blank CD or something. But I don't think you'd be able to write on it with a pencil or a regular pen. I suppose that's what these, obviously that's what the stickers here are for. And there we are, pretty basic, and I've already been using them. I've used about, how many have I used? I think I've recorded on 3 so far, and of course it all depends on the deck that you use them on, and the deck, or the decks that I've used them on, have given me mixed results, but that was really to do with the source. So I found that when I recorded from a well-mastered CD, I found that I got good results using a deck with Dolby HX Pro, and I didn't use any Dolby B or C, but I used well, the Dolby HX Pro, of course. As far as I know, on every deck that it's on, I've not seen a deck where you can actually switch it off, so it seems to be on by default. And I recorded some music on these tapes using a Dolby HX Pro enabled machine, and the results were pretty good. Very pleased. Okay, next. Next one, I've already unwrapped it because I've already used it. So this is an Axia. Axia, by the way, is made by Hitachi. It's Hitachi's brand of cassette tapes and other storage media, as far as I'm aware. Again, 60 minutes, and J'(Z2). Now, I'm not sure the best way to pronounce it. J's2, perhaps. JZ2, JZ2, not sure. So it's a type 2 high position chrome, and let's have a look at this one. So the first thing you may notice, and I'm not sure if you noticed that, but this cassette tape goes in the opposite way around. It's quite interesting. So as you can see, normally we'd expect to put it in the other way around. It does fit the other way around, but it's supposed to go the opposite way to usual, because as you can see on the case, it's got the line there to match the contour of the tape itself, the tape case itself. So yes, there we are. The writing on it, what does that say? Axia's stable tape running mechanism. Well, I haven't used them for very long, so I don't really know. I'm just hoping that they last a long time, and certainly I haven't had any problems. They're perfectly fine, these, and I've had good results. Again, I've been using them on Dolby HX Pro enabled decks, and playing them back on. I've tried playing them back on 2 other decks. I've got like a little boom box that I sometimes use in the kitchen when I'm doing stuff, and yeah, very happy with the results. And yeah, not if I compare the weight of those, yeah, pretty similar. Slightly heavier, the chrome one, very slightly heavier, this one. So of course, different company as well, different brand. Also this little funky sheet of stickers. Not sure, well, yeah, I'm not really into that. I suppose somebody finds those appealing. There we are. That's the Axia J's 260 Type 2 high position chrome. Right, what have we got next? Right, we've got a couple of TDK exclamation mark, TDK CDing 2. Again, these are high position type 2 chrome 60 minutes, and I've got 2 of these. I've already unwrapped them and used them, so can't show you the outer wrapper, I'm afraid. I bought these a few weeks back and didn't think I was going to be making any videos, and started doing that since. Clear plastic cassette cartridge with yeah, well, there you go, if you can see that okay. Let's check. I suppose we should compare the weight. In fact, it's probably better to compare the weight. Yeah, I'd actually say the Axia is slightly heavier, very, very slightly heavier. I don't have any scales to weigh them on, but I'd say slightly heavier. And very pleased with the results I've got so far using these. Yeah, very good. And let's have a look. This this case, this plastic case, does not have does not have any. There's no. Oh yes, there's some funky stickers. There we are. Great, funky stickers. Again, won't be using those. This one, yeah, you can write on there, but the other side, well, you could write on it, but it's doesn't look like it's ideal for writing on. If you want to write your songs and stuff that you've recorded. Notice this one, the case here is, if you can see here, they've really skimped on the case here, and it's got a whole missing section there, which is just part of the design, perhaps to save costs. Perhaps that tiny amount of plastic does indeed save costs. Ah, here we are. Yes, okay. So these, this is the wrapped version of these 2 I just showed you previously. This is the TDK exclamation marks 60 CDing 2 high position type 2. Well, I'm saying it's chrome. I'm assuming it's chrome. It says it's type 2. I'm just hoping that means it is chrome. I do understand that there are types of cassette tape that may not, although they may have a different position, such as a high position, they may not actually be the traditional chrome or metal. We got TDK CDing, there's no exclamation mark this time, TDK CDing 2, and high position type 2 chrome, and 54 minutes. So these are 60 minutes, and these are 54 minutes. Still wrapped, and haven't come around to using them yet. Don't need to use them yet, but when I do, I shall make a video and do some recording and let you all know how I get on. Okay, so what we got next? We've got another Axia JZ or JZ. This one's a metal, as you can see on it, it says 4 CD, 70 minute. Now I went over my rule of buying cassette tapes longer than 60 minutes. Well, the reason I did it was because metal tapes are so expensive, and these were quite good value for money, or this particular one was quite good value for money by comparison to the others on sale. This one, by the way, I bought this on Amazon. In fact, the only ones I went into the store to buy were the first ones I showed you, the Maxell UR type 1 normal position tapes, because all the stores that I've been into, and I've been into several, they do not sell anything except normal type 1 cassette tapes. So I had to order these online. I found them on Amazon, and this one, as you can see, is Axia J's Metal 70 minute. I haven't unwrapped it. I've only got one of these. I haven't unwrapped it yet, and if and when I do, I shall be making another video about it. And I am actually looking forward to recording on it, because I used to have loads and loads of cassette tapes, but over the years they've all disappeared. I don't know what happened to them. Thrown out, given away, broken perhaps, I don't know. I didn't break many, not many broke on me, but unfortunately don't have many left in my collection. So I'm looking forward to trying out a metal tape after many years of not owning any. The last one, we've got this TDK, another exclamation mark on the end, TDK exclamation mark, DJ Metal 74, disc jack, metal position type 4. Again, not unwrapped, still wrapped. Bought this also on Amazon. It was a very good price. Again, I went over my 60 minute length rule. This one, again, looking forward to using it. Of course, 74 minutes is the original length of CDs. CDs and mini discs used to all be 74 minutes. They tend to be 80 minutes now, but originally they were all 74 minutes. So I wonder whether this is supposed to compete with, or not compete with, but this is designed to match the length of a CD. Of course, a CD is continuous, and this has two sides. So if you were to record from a CD, you may find that the songs don't actually fit equally on both sides. So I don't know what the thinking is behind the 74 minutes, bearing in mind what I just said. Yeah, it's quite heavy, that. Yeah, they're both quite heavy. Even though one's 4 minutes longer, I don't feel much difference in weight. So yeah, that's my latest collection of. I say my latest collection. I have I've actually got 3 of these. 54 minutes, I have to say, is an odd length. Not sure what the thinking is behind that. Interesting. I mean, given that you don't get much time. I mean, it says from a CD, but anyway, there we are. That's my collection, my recent collection of new cassette tapes. And well, are they making a comeback? Well, they are with me. I actually quite enjoy using cassette tapes. I'm enjoying the making my own mixtapes. Takes me back, nostalgic, and I enjoy the sound of cassette. I mean, if you've got a decent deck with, you know, decent high-tech wizardry on it, then we can indeed get a very nice sound.